Hello everyone, welcome to Scorched Earth Toys at anymoon.com's review of Yamato's 1/60 scale super parts for their VF-17 toys. Super parts consist of 4 pieces. There are 2 leg pieces that have a flip out missile bay. They also have a hinge for the connector piece, which allows the parts to stay on throughout transformation. There is also a backpack piece, which again has a shifting point for transformation. So this is gear walk here, and then your Batroid and fighter modes. They also feature a pull-out cannon for Batroid mode, as you could see there. So let's check out how you install these parts. As you can see, the VF-17 toy has a trap door. This trap door needs to be pushed open. To accomplish that, swing the leg around and open the landing gear door. Now, for visibility's sake, I'm going to go ahead and remove this door. You wouldn't need to do that. You then need to pull forward the landing gear. And that reveals a slider in the back. You bring that slider down, like so. And now when you swing the leg back around, the trap door has opened. So you can just close your landing gear. We'll go ahead and reinstall this. Close the leg up. And now your super part has this piece here, which is obviously meant just to slide right in. And it will do so. Once in place, it's hinged. You're just going to bring it shut, apply pressure on either side, and you'll hear a nice click letting you know that the super part is in place. Installing the backpack piece is a simple affair. There are 2 slots and 2 pegs on the super part, but notice the pegs have little upward and downward angles to them, which makes them lock in very securely and also makes them a little bit more difficult to install. But I'm just lining up those pegs and applying pressure, and you will hear a very audible pop. There you go. Now this part is in place. With the super parts installed on Batroid mode, I've now extended the gun. And it does make a little bit more intimidating of a display piece, but not much more. And for 4,800 yen, which was the MSRP at the time, it is debatable whether or not you really get your money's worth here. I'd probably argue you don't. The good news is these parts are rock solid in place. As I handle this toy in any capacity, there's no way I'm knocking any of these things off, which isn't something you can usually say about super parts that companies have been making for these toys. So that is definitely a positive. I can open up, I can play with the gimmicks, not having any issues with anything want to pop off the toy. Let's check out Gearwalk. Speaking to how well these parts stay on, you can transform this toy from Batroid to fighter mode and fighter mode back to Batroid mode without any fear of these parts getting in the way or popping off on you. They're on there, they are rock solid. In Gearwalk mode, you slide the super parts out a little bit, although it looks weird because it puts them right behind the guns in Gearwalk mode, in this weird VF-17 Gearwalk mode that exists. It's also a little frustrating because the instructions tell you to bring in this section, but you also are supposed to bring out the super parts, which will want that section to come outward. So you'll have to, hold on to that section as you bring that out, find places to put your fingers to put things back into place. But again, nothing's falling off on you while this happens, which makes it a lot less stressful of an experience. And then you get to your Gearwalk mode. And obviously you can bring the arms down and have a more traditional Gearwalk mode, as I discussed in my VF-17 review. Again, you can open up everything, you can play with your gimmicks, nothing coming off. So that's rock solid. Let's go ahead and check out fighter mode. Finally, we have fighter mode. As you can see, there's plenty of landing gear clearance with the super parts installed. The super parts do not get in the way of the landing gears. And the leg super parts have a little hinge effect that lets you get that anime accurate angles pointing out from the top view. There is no difference between the super parts that were sold separately and the super parts that came with the VF-17D toy, if you were one of the people that bought the gift set. And really in the end you get something for 4,800 yen that's not a huge visual bonus, doesn't have a lot of frills. But if you're a fan of VF-17 super parts, there's nothing here that should hold you back. If you're trying to maximize your bang for your buck, your money's probably better spent elsewhere. Again, credit is definitely deserved for not having to remove parts from your original VF-17 toy, and for not having to remove the parts and put them back on as you transform the toy, and for just how solid they stay on the toy. But otherwise, I think you could probably get something that's going to be a little more entertaining. Visit Animoon.com for my full text review. Thanks for viewing.